Anne Scheid's newest exhibition, which is titled Blue for the Pilgrim, opens January 3rd at Fig Tree Gallery, and she's here to tell us about it. Welcome, Anne. Thank you. Thank you so much. So you are opening for Art Hop.
I am, January the 3rd.
Now, I understand that this exhibition is a bit of a departure for you. You are known for your black and white drawing. You were a professor at City College for more than 20 years. Yep. Now you're retired and you can spend pretty much all your time doing your art. Tell us what's different about this show.
This show began 2 years ago, and I decided to do some experimenting, break out of some molds and try some new things. So basically you make messes and mistakes, make some really ugly art. And I started working in watercolor, something I have wanted to do and haven't had a strong enough pull to do that, and it shifted. So I started playing with watercolor. So there is color in the show.
And when I walked in this afternoon and looked at your art, I was surprised to see that color. Do you get that reaction from,
well, no one's seen it yet.
No one's seen it yet, but you're thinking at that Art Hop opening, people are going to be pretty surprised.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place. This isn't Anne Scheid's work. Yes, it's new, but I'm excited about it. I think some people will be disappointed because you get set and you like a certain thing that somebody's doing, and I think there's enough continuity to the older work. I still have a strong connection to the natural world. The earth, sky, and the human figure is still there. The human body is still present. So those things are there. I'm still a person who draws, and with watercolor, people might call me a painter, but I'm a person who draws.
Okay.
And I think of myself more as a person who draws and works with all kinds of media. And the works are all on paper.
Okay.
Which is an important aspect of the work.
So you brought some examples today to show us, and
I did.
I wanted to ask you about the one that's behind me here. That is actually kind of an example of your dedication to place. Is that how you would describe it? I
would say yes, that's true, but I would expand what you just said. Place is I've lived here for over 25 years now, and place is important to me and how much it affects me and inspires me. And Fresno and its environs, I wouldn't move from here. I'd like to change the air, but other than that,
I think we all would love to change the
air. The sense of place that's here affords us a connection to the earth with the farmers that we know, but the people that grow our food, and we have a connection to water and air and sunlight in a way that I grew up in the Midwest. We didn't. And particularly water in your works. And so this one behind me, and what is have you titled your works? This one is called The Atmospheric River.
Okay.
But the series is called the River Series, and it was inspired by John Steinbeck. His work, Cannery Row, he pauses the narrative and describes the Carmel River. And it's the most beautiful description of a river. And I got to the end of it and I thought, oh yes, I need to do a series on the river. And I have strong connections to the San Joaquin. So the series, of course, is not about a particular river as much as it is metaphoric. Each of the drawings is done on paper, a handmade Japanese paper, and each of them has some kind of a river passing through the drawing. And there's also a human body in each one and some surprise elements coming through.
Okay. Well, that's a good tease to get people to come see the show. Now, you had an exhibition at the Fresno Art Museum recently. It was actually a pretty extensive thing because you were actually showing at 3 different venues, but this is the first time since then that you'll be showing.
That was in 2016, so this is new work since then. So 2 years in the making, and so everything in the show will be new.
Now this piece that's right here in the middle, this looks like collage.
It is.
And so is this also a departure for you?
A person that likes to do paper is inclined to move towards collage kind of easily. So yes, this series, in the show there's 3 different, it's nice when a show is just like a single thing. There's 3 different aspects, there are 3 different series in this show. And this series is called Seams, Edges, and Openings. And you can see that they're composites. They feel to me they feel like cosmic little universes. This is the smallest in the series, and I just brought the smallest because it was easiest to carry.
And then this one to your right, that is definitely a colorful,
yes, it is.
An example of your color. Were you surprised when that kind of came out of you as an artist?
Delighted.
Delighted.
Delighted. When you start working with a new medium, the learning curve is painful. And so when things happen, you have an idea and you start working towards it, and it's nice when you kind of go, oh, that's great. And 2 weeks later, you still think it's pretty good. So watercolor is, watercolor is powerful and has a mind of its own. When I stop trying to control it and just let it do what it's going to do, it's just brilliant and get out of the way. So this is one where I got out of the way.
Oh, okay. So for an artist, do you get nervous for an art hop opening?
Yes.
Because you're really putting yourself out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting. I find myself more nervous about this show, and I think it has to do. This show is so new, and it feels like I was more vulnerable and put myself in this show more. Not that I wouldn't have said I didn't put myself in other shows. And I'm like, okay, I'm really exposing myself.
You're putting yourself out there.
there.
So your show's at Fig Tree Gallery, and when does it run through?
It runs through February the 3rd,
February
so it's
the 3rd.
up for 5
so
weeks.
People have a chance, and of course you can go see it on Art Hop. Well, thank you so much, Anne, for coming in.
You're welcome.
I think this sounds really exciting for you.
Thank you, Donald.